Let's talk on ionic bonds. The concept was given by W. Cossel in 1916. Ionic bond is the bond that is formed by the transfer of electrons from metal to non-metal is called ionic bond. Or you may see there it's a type of chemical bonding that involves electrostatic attraction between oppositely charged ions. These ions represent atoms that have lost one or more electrons, known as cations, and the atoms that have gained one or more electrons, known as anions. So, in simplest, you have cation, that is metal, and the anion, which is a non-metal atom. The ionic bond is the bond which is formed between oppositely charged ions due to electrostatic force of attraction. Here you may see example the chemical bond between two atoms where the transfer of one or more valence electron from one atom to another. A, where one valence electron is present and B has 7 valence electrons. So A is going to transfer its electron towards B, make the situation A becomes a positively charged cation and B is negatively charged. So the electrovalent bond is going to be formed. We may call ionic bond or electrovalent bond. Both are the same name for for this type of bond. Uh, uh, their ionic bonds are usually solid. They have their melting and boiling points are high. They are soluble in water, and they have their thermal conductivity is low, but they are good conductor of heat and electricity. For example, consider a common example of sodium chloride or the formation of NaCl. So sodium atom is basically what it is doing. It is losing an electron towards the chloride ion, because in its outermost shell there are 7 electrons, and it requires 1 electron, and this 1 electron from this sodium metal is valuable, so it will transfer to chloride ion. So during this reaction, sodium loses 1 electron to produce Na plus, and chlorine gains 1 electrons and become negatively charged, that is Cl minus, chloride ion. So the combination of these two, positive and negative, will give you sodium chloride. So there is involvement that sodium has 1 electron, so this loss of electron requires 495 kilojoule per mole of energy. Resulting sodium ion has a complete octet, and gain of electron by chloride atom, because chlorine has 7 electron, it needs 1 more electron to complete its octet. So chlorine gains this electron and releases 348 kilojoule per mole energy. The difference of the energy 147 kilojoule. So this loss of energy is compensated when oppositely charged ions are associated to form a crystal lattice or releasing lattice energy. Um, Release of lattice energy will reduce the energy of the system and make it more stable. Uh, So here you may see that sodium is transferring an electron and chloride ion is gaining an electron. Here you may look into the shells, how it is transferring the outermost valence electron towards the chloride atom and making sodium plus ion. This shell is lost, and here one of the electron is added up to the same last one shell of the chloride ion and making the NaCl. So basically, the formation of 1 mole of each sodium ion and chloride ions, these sodium ions and chloride ion combine together to form a solid crystalline, your sodium chloride. During this step, very high amount of energy is released. So this energy is known as your lattice energy. The lattice energy is the energy evolved when gaseous ions are brought together to form crystal lattice. So this lattice energy is high. Let's discuss some of the factors involving or those who favors the formation of ionic bond. Number of valence electron, the atom which is converted into cation should possess 1, 2 or 3 valence electron. Most of them are metals, while the atom which is converted to anion should have 5, 6 or 7 valence electron of the group. These are the non-metals. So elements of group 1, 2, 3 respectively are satisfying the condition, which are cations, and 5th, 6th and 7th are your anions, which are forming or this type of bond. Ionization energy of metal should be low, and electron affinity of non-metals should be high. That will favor the formation of ionic bonds. So as I told you, the lattice energy of ionic compound formed should be high. So that energy release, higher the value of lattice energy of the crystal, the greater is the ease of its formation. So greater will be the stability of the crystal. So electronegativity difference as of the two atoms forming the ionic bond should be high, as in fact the electronegativity of metals is lower in this case, and the non-metal is high. Here the sodium and chlorine is electronegativity is difference is total on the whole 2.1, and it will form the ionic bond, and it will be the stable one. Let's discuss some of the properties of ionic bonds. So physically, this ionic bond are solids. They are solid at room temperature. The all ionic compounds are solid because the ionic compounds ions are held together by strong electrostatic forces of attraction. They have electrical conductivity. Again, ionic compounds are they conduct electricity. They are in the solid state, and they are in or the water soluble. So these ionic compounds they are soluble in polar solvents most likely, but insoluble in non-polar. Ionic compounds are soluble in polar solvent like water, which has high values of dielectric constant. The ions of an ionic compound interact with the polar solvent and become soluble. They are insoluble in organic solvent, as there is no attraction between the ions of the compound and the molecule of the non-polar organic solvent. And these ionic bond is non-directional, and they are the electrolytes as well. How they are the electrolytes in a solution. The positive and negative ions are mobile on passing electric current. They move towards through the solution. They move toward positively charged electrode. The movement of this electron is continuous and constitutes the electrical current. These compounds are good conductor of heat and electricity. In common, these ionic compounds are they have sharp or high melting and boiling point as well. They are soluble in polar solvent. They are good electrolytes. The compounds are hard and rigid because of the their ions are tightly held together by attractive forces. So these compounds are hard, and these compounds have they are highly brittle, and they have their they are rigid and non-directional. So uh, that that is that all about the ionic bond. Thanks for watching it.